10 a.m. on a Friday. Let us rock and roll. All right. Another day in the mines. Another day in the mines, dude. All right. Let's cook. Live check. Hey, don't Matthew. I think I want to kick off today by recording a video. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Kind of gravitation. Doing good, bro. Doing good. You'll be doing well. Subaru. Get out, Matt. Gentlemen. Another day is upon us. Quick little recap for the week. I have been doing things. Epic world switcher? Whoa. So, in my AFK world, which I like to sit here and AFK in. Okay. Oh shit, I just fucking did the world switcher again. Whee! I'm gonna sit right here. Right here. Now the main focus for this week has been overhauling the tech tree. Same as last week, but I have officially completed the stage 0 onboarding for the entire game. So the general idea here is that just piece by piece, you get introduced to the various mechanics in the game and, you know, learn how to do stuff. And then you graduate onto the next stage. Which if I go into the early game world, this is, you know, an actual survival world that I've been working on. You can see that we're right at the end of the stage 0. We're advancing onto the next phase, and this is very much incomplete. So that's what I'm going to be working on today. But some quick little changes over the last week. Also, off rip, I thought this was pretty fun. While I was sitting here trying to create the AFK world, I noticed that I needed to get under the ground. So I made it so that the player just goes through underground conveyor belts. Well, any entities in general, really. So I don't know if I'll leave that in, but I just thought it was funny. And that completes this entire circuit of my AFK world. Pretty cool stuff. Now, some actual notable changes of what I've been cooking this week. If we take, you know, a machine and we have a conveyor belt. Ooh, what's that? It creates like a little entry point. And now if we place it down at the end, Oh, an automatic exit. That's right. There used to be an item which was called an extractor in the game, and that would act as this thing. You'd have to manually place it down. Now you just literally place down a conveyor belt and it just automatically extracts out of it. So yeah, no inserters, no more extractors, none of that. Simplifies the design and the UX and the understanding of it, especially for new players who, you know, haven't played Factorio or whatever. Simplifies it a little bit. The only real challenge with that was that the extractors were actually being used in combination with this guy, the filter module, in order to like sort specific items and like only extract specific items. So to serve that same purpose, we've now just got a splitter, which if you put a filter module inside here, you can then, you know, just split off, let's say wood or whatever, into a certain lane. And that's how Factorio does it. So I think we'll just do that. We might still need to bring the extractors back in, because I could imagine if we had like a chest and you just wanted to directly only grab something from that inventory, then yeah, it's a little bit difficult because you would need to do that and then split it off and then route the excess back in. So it might be a little bit of a pain in the ass. So we might need to bring it back. I don't know. I'm just going to throw it in the game and see what you guys think. This, now that I think about it, actually just create an infinite loop and would not work whatsoever. Okay, well, yeah, time will tell if that was a good decision or not. But yeah, I honestly spent a long time just trying to nail the understandability of going from, you know, node to node here. And right now, we're on the cusp of entering the new stage, and today what I want to do is reintroduce the assembler into the game, because it's kind of broken right now. It's got a new UI and stuff and is looking very overwhelming. So that I think is going to be today's goal. Trying to fix it and clean it up and make it fit like right here at this stage of the game, so that we can go into the new biome. And have the time of our life. Yeah, what else did I do? Ooh, how can I forget? Now, for early game power, there used to be a click generator in the game. It was like something you place down and you would click on it like hand crank style in order to produce power. That has now been replaced with this guy, the crude generator. So what you do is you take some kind of, you know, biomass, you put it in there, and then it burns power to do this. You see, that didn't actually use much power at all because fiber is pretty inefficient. So let's maybe put a carrot in here. That burns for a bit longer. And yeah, you can see that working there. Pretty cool stuff. So a nice early game source of power. That's like kind of good. It's automatable and everything. Why is the button generator gone? It was just a placeholder. I was putting it in there because I was too lazy to do this. But now that I've done this, we'll probably just keep this in. Only good if I can burn rock. Oh. First sip of the day. My God. Oh, that's fucking good, dude. That's good. Cheers, boys. Bink. Can you burn slimes? I don't know, man. You tell me. Burn their corpse to power your factory. This is, of course, the early game version of. Let's pull them in. The absolutely massive biomass burner. If we place up here, you can actually feed live slimes into here. Let's see if one jumps in. Come on. And that'll do like a fuck ton of power output. They just keep jumping in, bro. No, guys, what are you doing? Stop. Oh. Absolute menaces. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe we bring the hand crank back. I actually kind of like the hand crank. Maybe we make this like a mid-game generator. I don't know. Because this is actually pretty OP for an early game power source. Thought button generator was fun? Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. We can bring it back. I think I just want to, I think the only thing I want to fix here is making it have a better sprite. Like we could replace it with like a lever or something, so it's more of like a hand crank. Or just leave it as is. I don't know. It's honestly kind of fine. Yeah, let me move this to the mid game. So crude generator will be the button once again. Let's see if we can't do a slightly better sprite for it. Maybe something like that. Like it almost looks like a button with a cog in it, no? I think it's better than the last one. All right. Well, today's going to be a day. Today is going to be a day. Off rip, I want to get the assembler feeling better. Let's do it. Slumber time. Slumber. It's just a slumber. Click generator back on menu. Huge. Flint, how you doing, man? It's good to hear, babe. It's good to hear. This music, if you type !music, it should give you a link to the playlist that I've got. It is just Skyrim, though. All right, man. So, we got to make the assembler actually feel good. Because if it doesn't feel good, then I'm going to be sad. I want to delete this. The only way I know how is to clear my inventory. There we go. The cheated item is gone. Alright, I want to make a hand generator real quick. Hand crank thing. Actually, while I'm here, I'm going to move all of this electric file out into the main file. Because this is LeCooked. I fucking hate having different files. Get out of here, bro. 21,000 lines and counting. Beautiful. Let's delete this file. Lovely. You know what? There was a cactus here as well. I'm gonna get rid of this. Experimenting with putting the new file so it's easy to clone plants. Shut the fuck up, bro. Just, I don't want to hear it. It was a failure, alright? It was a failure of an experiment. We're never not having a single file. I want to hear it. Alright, we good now? I think we're good. All gameplay stuff in one file. Perfect. Perfection. Single file. The reign of the single file continues. $50K line goal, yeah, that's the dream, dude. We got 21K lines of pure gameplay goodness right now. Alright, so now I can go straight to the click generator. I might even put the tech tree in this file. Who knows? I might get a little crazy with it. Keep it segmented for now. Alright, what do I want? Oop. I have to go hang out my laundry. Should we call it the elbow grease generator? It's an actual product, which is interesting. It's time for me to inline all my SVGs. No. Let's not get a little bit silly now. That's a little bit too silly. You ever see me inlining all my PNG data, alright? Although, now I think about it. Alright, let's go change the crafting recipe of this real quick. We'll say planks, 4 wood planks, and then 2 gears. Where my iron at, though? There we are. Gib. That's all. I actually really like the idea of having a single crafting station and then we just place an upgrade next to it and then it upgrades this one so that we can also just craft stuff in here in one spot. That'd be kind of cool. But it's also kind of cool having different stations. So, yeah, I don't know. There we go. Click generator is back. Put a little bit of elbow grease into it, man. Oh. Not too much elbow grease though. All right, so my whole goal right now is to replace this composter with the assembler. Because I was thinking like, oh, you know, maybe we have something in here, the Plains Essence, and we use that, and then that will unlock the next biome. But I kind of need to teach the player about the assembler, so I think I'm just going to replace this entire thing with just the assembler. And that's kind of it. That'll bring us into the next stage. Alright. I'm gonna have my laundry, boys. I'll be back. I'll be back in a jiff. In the meantime, though, enjoy the glory of the AFK world. Yes. Howdy. Howdy. So, assembler, gotta get this guy. Not feeling like shit. That'd be great. So, offer it. What is a crafting recipe for this guy? How do we craft? 4 gears, 8 gears, 4 cobble blocks. Interesting. So that's like 4 iron, 16 stone. Okay. Now, how do we get this UI feeling good? I would guess that we just ignore all items. Someone just ran into the biomass burner. That's funny. I think we just like get rid of all the items and then just opt in to only send once. And we just like redesign this from the ground up. I think that's the play. So we'll also just remove the packer and just like shift all the recipes over into here. I think that'll be the play. Might even change the sprite. Like we can keep this assembler, but we just add in like a new one, which is more like just an automated version of the workbench. Perhaps. We will see. So I just want to make it more like a block. But maybe with like a casing. Let's see. For true, this would be this color, no? Yeah. Oh. Or would it be darker? Was it? Yeah, it was a bit better, maybe. I already became a vampire with that light today. It hidden different. Too much light, bro. Change the white balance. Got that. There we go. It'd be cool to have like gears in here turning. I would just need to make it actually contrast, which might be a tall order. Not bad. And then we could have that like turning as like a nice animation. Could be pretty sweet, bro. Maybe. I don't really know what to do for the front here. You know what, maybe I just make it 1. That'd be better, no? Perfect. Inching closer and closer to the moon and Greg Tech New Horizons vibrating with excitement. That's a vibe, dude. I played Greg Tech New Horizons for maybe like a couple hours, and then one of those creepers exploded and encased me in water, and I drowned. Every time I kept trying to break in to get my stuff back, it was pitch black and I couldn't find where I was, and then eventually I gave up. It was a vibe. All right, I've just designed a new version of the early game automating crafting thing. I think we'll just have it as a single block and just have it do very, very simple recipes. And we could even animate it and like have this gear turn later on. But let's just get that in the game real quick. What are we calling it, boys? Auto workbench. Something, something. What should it be called? We're gonna chat GPT this one. Give me ideas for names for a auto crafting workbench. Give me 20. Auto crafter, craft forge, assembler bench, crafting engine. It's not bad. Auto loom fabricator. Fabricator? That sounds more like a late game thing. Crafting engine, that sounds hype. A little too hype. Crafting press? Crafting press seems alright. I mean, there's nothing that we're pressing though. Damn. Crafting matrix. 20 more. Gearbench. Just call it the constructor. Arcane assembler goes hard, bro. Write that one down. We'll say gear bench. It is literally a gear in a bench. I like that. Alright, let's do it. I want to make the tooltip do something about this. Hold up. Where's the tooltip at? Honestly, this whole UI game should also be moved into the main function. have like 13 different versions of the tooltip function. It's great. Compatible. Okay. Category of buildings. Yoink that. Yoink all of this, in fact. Seems to get replaced, no? One there. Okay, gear bench. Let's also give him one of these. Craft in the anvil. Gear, we'll say 2, maybe even 4. Yeah, 4. And then 2 stone blocks. Although, actually no, I want planks. 4 gear, 4 planks. Maybe 8 planks. Maybe 16 planks. Bucket, bro, we bowl. Oy. Oy, oy, oy. Gearbench. All right, Gearbench is in. That sprite actually looks really nice. Ooh, I like that. Uh-huh. Let's just make it functional real quick. Real quick. So, let's make it so that we can make gear, planks. Interesting. Thought I added that in, but apparently not. Why? I think it's gone off the size of this. By the looks of it. I just felt like it. Couldn't help myself. Sorry. We need to make a seed fabricator. All right, so we need a place the composter with this, and to actually make this functional in the game design, we need to like do a new version of this, right? Like, what's that actually going to look like? Should we keep the plains essence? Should we do something else? I don't know. Should we maybe make it so that when you craft some kind of intermediate item and then feed it into the hull, that then outputs and the hull gives you something else that you use to go unlock the new biome? I don't know. Maybe. Seems kind of cool. Because we do have that functionality in. Like arbitrary hull returns. Hull crafting, it's called. So yeah, we could maybe like make an intermediate item with this guy and then feed that intermediate into the hull. Then the hull gives you the arid essence or whatever to go unlock shit. That's probably a good idea. That feels right. I like that. What exactly that is, I don't know. We could say... We could literally just use the same recipe as before. What is it? Carrot. Carrot, fiber, and... carrot, slime, and that. Could be an idea. What would that look like? We'll take carrot. Where's Carrot? Hello, Mr. Carrot. How do you do, good sir? Where are you? I should have no idea where Mr. Carrot is. I think he's in the old area. Oh, he's right here. Carrot, slime, and glowshroom. What does that make? What happens when you combine all three, boys? I wonder. We could say slimy carrot. We could keep the carrot and just say that it's slimy and stuff. First up, we change this to blue so it's easier to see. Yeah. And then maybe we change where's slime ball? Wish I had a fucking control F search. This is kind of ridiculous. Ah, slime ball here. And we take that. And maybe we do one of those. Can make it kind of groupy. Cool. I don't know how to make it groupy though. It kind of works. Is that actually the color? There we go. Uh-huh. God, I hate it when it fucking previews a different color. Oh. We'll just leave it at that. I kind of want to do something different. I really like the idea of the group carrot. You know, likey. Something else. Something else that we craft to throw into the hole. Alright, new idea. We remove the group aspect and we just have it be a shiny carrot. That's better. I like that. Can get behind that. Be cool to do a little sparkle, you know? A little bit of that. A little bit of that sparkle. Shiny carrot. let me push that up real quick. Gearbench. All right. Boink. Crafting recipe will be carrot and glowshroom. Inside a Gearbench. Makes sense, right? And then we'll have a recipe for feeding that into the hull. And it'll be huge. Discovered shiny carrot. Dude, look at that. That looks sick. Put that in the Gearbench. Nice. Very simple. Very simple recipe. I like it. So then, you know, we'll just take that straight out of the Gearbench and feed it into the hull. Then Bob is your uncle type shit, you know? Mm-hmm. What I realized, add noise dirt to plains biome to make it more epic. Tough. What's the Minecraft version of the, I think it's coarse dirt. Coarse dirt. That would be huge. You want to rewrite the whole game in Rust? Yeah. Yeah, that's a realization. Nah, bro. I'd never be called dead typing a line of Rust code. Yeah, Rust is kind of like you're learning to ride a bike. Got the training wheels on, you know. Plans for after this game? No idea, Jake. No idea. Another game. Another game. Or become a monk in the mountains. One of the two. Dude, I'm actually gonna start saying that all the time now, just to piss everyone off who's using Rust. That's gonna be my one-liner, dude. Like, yeah, I mean, like, when you're learning to program, Rust is great. It's like riding a bike with training wheels. Oh man, that's gonna hit so hard. There's gonna be a lot of Reddit threads with that one. Fuck yeah. All right. Shiny carrot. My name is Tito. Greetings, Tito. How do you do? Shiny carrot. Yeah. What was I doing? Or maybe we make shiny carrot feed into hole? Question mark, question mark? So we have hole crafting here. Hole returns. Two. I think it's just called Arid coin. No. Plains essence. Yeah. Game programmer to monk pipeline is low-key real. Yeah. The realest of pipelines, some would say. So we got to get this to work with power. I love how we're like hand cranking the recipe. It's kind of cool. All right, let me fix this monstrosity. All right, let's do it. What did I last leave off on in the clip I was recording? Like that. Gearbench.
That's right. It actually looks really nice.
Okay. Probably go up the top. Just finish out this clip real quick. So inside the gearbench, we're going to be able to craft all sorts of things. Now I'm thinking we have a shiny carrot in here that we feed into the hole, and that gives us the ingredients, the raw currency that we need to advance into the second biome of the game. So yeah, let me get that working real quick. Okay. Bonk. Alright, let me make that look good. Let me just push open this shiny carrot. Yes. Thank you, good sir. Shiny carrot is very nice. Bonk. Bonk. All right. It is lunchtime. I'm going to eat some lunch. Actually, how about I try and fix this real quick? Just one tiny little fix, man. Just tiny little fix. Where are we going? Progress bar thing O. Interesting. Cost per power. Power cost per tick. Can I perchance replace this with a percent parent? 10. Don't know that I can. Right, box. This is 10. Can I do just one? That's a row. I think that should give us what we need. I will not excuse myself. Ah, there we are. There's the money shot. Yes. Indubitably. Alright. How is this shed, by the way? What is the situation on this? Generic power bar, complete percent. It's literally the exact same thing, no? Bang, bang, spacer, bang, bang, spacer. Yeah, it's literally the same thing. Okay. Sure, power bar. If e dot generic craft automation interface and e dot queued recipe is not equal to nil, show power bar. This is now no longer shared. At least it should be. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Okay, we want the opposite of that. Generic and queued recipe is not equal to null. Perfect. And that should still work for other things like the crew generator. Yeah, cool. Nice. Alright, that is a fucking UIW if ever I've seen one, dude. Fix Power Bar UI. Awesome. All right. Well, gentlemen, I'll be back momentarily. Enjoy the roller coaster. Hi, Dave. I'm back. Dude, that was my first time eating lunch in 3 years. I shit you not, no hyperbole. I feel full as shit right now. I ate way too much. Previously, I would just eat one big meal at the end of the day. But I'm switching it up. So I feel like I'm gonna be a bit bloated for the next hour or so. Just got my 3D animation working after watching your old videos on the topic. That's a W. I don't know if I actually went over much of the how it works in the video. I might have. I don't know. Can't really remember. I think I get broad strokes. I remember you specifically saying don't ever do it. Yeah. Yeah, that was like, I mean, it was a fun experiment, but it's kind of like the opposite of making a game, you know? Really good experiment for if you want to be a engine programmer. Like anything like that is, any programming in general ever. It's always excellent training for that. What'd you eat for lunch? Kapow gai. Kapow gaiกับไข่ดาวซอง which means stir-fried holy basil, chicken mince with 2 eggs. It was pretty yummy. Pretty good. It's my go-to. #1 Thai dish. All right. Make that at home. I got Thai basil growing on my balcony. Ooh, nice. Very nice. Is it a street food? It can be. I feel like street food is like a, I don't know. You'll always find a vendor, you know, serving the basics, you know, like kapow, pad thai, you know, stuff like that. It's always not far away. But I wouldn't call it exclusively street food. That's like saying, is a KFC burger street food? You know, it's just on the side of the street. No, I don't know where I was going with that. All right. Ooh, okay. Okay. Let's go down to the hole. Or Great Hole. Oh my god, I'm so full, dude. Jesus. My buddy's gonna have to get used to this. Ugh. All right. This should work. This should work. So, Gearbench. Shiny carrot. Put ingredients in. Hand crank next to it. Get that cranking. Just doing a little bit of crafting. There we go. Take that out. Do a little more cranking. Oh, yeah. Now we can unlock the next biome. Woo! Phase 0. Stage 0 officially complete. Ladies and gents, we are moving up in the world. Man, that feels good. Gearbench coming in clutch, dude. Oh man, that's beautiful. That is. You likey. I can add juice to completing a tech tree achievement in the polish phase. Yes. Yes, we will do one of those at some point. We shall. Cryomancer, how you doing, man? What should I call you, by the way? Cryo? That's nice and easy. Or just Lex. Lex probably makes more sense. Think before next first? As in like the polish? I don't know, dude. You're asking me to predict the future right now. Lex probs? Yeah. Lex will do. All right. Hardly had a single year time zone, -6. Yeah. It'd be like that. The world do be a circle. I mean, maybe not quite a circle, but the other one, you know, add a dimension to that. I guess the better question is, how do you envision the vertical slice to look for next fest? It's a good question. I think like a fully polished stage 0 and like stage 1, and then maybe locking off the later stages. I don't know. Or I just keep everything open and I just put the full game in the demo. That might be the Chad move. Because like, the way I've heard demos described from all the marketing gurus out there is that the only real purpose they serve from a marketing perspective is for influencers to play the game and then make content about it. Demos in terms of like converting to sales or wish lists or whatever, like it's not really something you go after, right? And obviously it's really good for just getting feedback on the game and like building a community. That's also the other W with demos. So since the purpose isn't like sales or wish lists or anything, then I don't know, it almost makes sense for me to just put the entire full game up as the demo and be like, hey, it's just kind of the game. There you go. And then take it down once the game actually releases. Kind of like an early access almost. but free. Because yeah, I literally feel like the main purpose for all of this right now, the main purpose for the demo is just to get feedback on the game. And you know, the more people that play the game and give their feedback, the better I can like accurately tell what the real problem is and where I should put my efforts. So I don't know, that's kind of my thinking on that. As for where I envision it to be before the next fest, I have no idea, dude. All I know is I'm just gonna keep working and then try and make it as good as possible, and whatever that ends up being, that's what it'll be, you know. Like, people ask for like a roadmap and everything all the time, and I'm like, I don't fucking know what I'm gonna work on today. I just wake up, open the editor, like, oh, this looks like a issue, let me fix it. And if I keep doing that, then a game get made. Pretty cool. Pretty cool how that works, man. There's no roadmap, but do you have a long-term vision of what you want to add, or just go with the flow? It's the same question. It's just like, tell me what you're about to do, bold man. The closest that I have to that is that I want this to be the final biome of the game, and I don't think I'll add any more. So I'm just gonna try and like squeeze as much content into these 3 biomes and polish it up as much as possible before release. That's the only real answer I get, because like I can't predict what the content will be. I didn't even know that I was gonna add the shiny carrot into the game today, you know. I just like I boot open the game and I stare at it until something jumps out at me, and then I do it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. You have the end, the beginning, and blur in the middle. Yeah. I would say the end is also pretty blurry, and the beginning is also pretty blurry. All round, it's just one big blur that I'm trying to like bring into focus a little bit each day. Well, now that we got the plains essence, I don't want to call this plains essence. I think I want to call this. Yeah, fuck it. I'll just keep this plains essence. She'll be right, bro. Problem for another day. It's good enough for me. Alright, so we have shiny carrot into plains essence. Replace composter with assembler. I would say we have done a W on that front. Just got to finish moving all the recipes over to it. So the last thing before we can officially replace the composter with this new gear bench is I've got to move. I have to find a home for all these new recipes. So we have a bunch of these guys, which is seeds. I think I'll move this into like a seed replicator workstation. That'll probably be an idea. I've already moved the cobble block into the anvil, which I think I might move the cobble block into the gear bench. That makes a little more sense. Oh, does it? No, because you need... yeah, I don't know, man. Let's look at the progression. At this stage, you receive power and a furnace recipe. This stage is the automation. So we need to be able to craft stone. So yeah, you know, I'll just probably leave stone here. Keep that there. So what are the other things that we need? Honestly, just dirt, slime, void comp. And that's kind of it. Or we just keep the composter, actually. You know what? Let's keep it in the game. Fuck it. I'll keep it in. We just won't need it. We just won't really need it. You just don't need it for progression at this stage. Yeah. Alright, try that again. I guess the compost thing is officially not needed for progression anymore. So I'm going to replace this with a gear bench. And then we will add a gear bench in here as a reward. Oh, and now that's done. Alright, I'm actually finally happy with stage 0 now. That's like GG. Like, I would be happy with releasing this. And we can finally move on. Okay. Cool beans. So, we've got a gear bench. We need to craft gear bench, which I don't know why that's ticked off, or because of reasons. All right, let's force reset. Nope, force reset. What do you mean compost? Oh, okay. Oh, that's why that's ticked off. We didn't actually update it. That checks out. That does. Gearing. There we go. Grinding gears. I like that. Okay, now we just update that. We go. Also, instead of craft a gear bench, we want to craft and place. Place down a gear bench. Don't even need the amount for that. Okay, now we can force reset. Bonk. Back it up. Sweet. Alright. Revolution, unlock the gear bench. Yeah, dude, this looks super cool. I love that sprite. Okay, gear bench crafted over here. 4 gear, 16 wood planks. Oh, don't mind if I do, sir. Let's get some wood planks. Scoop. Some of that iron, perchance. And a little bit more. Yeah. That's all. 4 gear. There we go. Bang. Bang. It would be nice to reset these guys, but don't really have a tool for that. I wonder if I could, like, hold up. I wonder if I could reset the progression. I might be able to reset the progression. And, like, everything should just get unlocked naturally. Maybe. Maybe. What's good, Fisters? How y'all doing? Let's get on learn some Python and GD script. Very nice. GD script do be kind of buggies. I like it, especially when you go in the settings and you turn on the errors for the types. And a couple other things. It makes it really nice to use. Alright. Well, we are right now about to advance to the next stage of this video game. Let's see. Grinding gears, place down a gear bench. Okay, we have a gear bench. Alrighty, so I'm just trying to get this working in my survival world. Our whole goal right now, place gear bench, bang, grinding gears, quest complete. And we have discovered the shiny carrot. Ooh, that feels pretty nice. All right, let's grab a little carrot from over here. Put him in. We need a bit of power. Let's take the click generator. Bang, 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 bang. Crafty craft. A little bit more elbow grease. Okay, shiny carrot. Claim that reward. Next phase. Huzzah. So, now it is time to redesign this, because you can't craft the plains essence anymore. What you have to do is you have to feed this into the hole, and then that gives plains essence. So, I think we just change this to feed shiny carrot into the hole. Right? I think so. What are we gonna call this? Dave, I need another banger quest name from you. This is like, this will give us plains essence, but we'll see. Shiny carrot. What are we calling this? Feed shiny carrot in the hole, gives you plains essence, so lets you unlock the wasteland. New currency. Mediterranean diet. We would need to get some fish up in here. Could call it gluttony. Gluttony of the highest order. I don't think this would have a reward. The action is the reward. Because you discover something. In fact, I think we would do the same for this guy. Fishing when? There do be no water holes anymore, so never. Never say never. It's true. Probably never in this version of the game. Never say never. Dude, what a banger.
Never say never.
That's going in the playlist. That's going in the playlist. I'll listen to that forever. Big Bieber fan. All right, feed shiny carrot into the hole. Okay. The Terror Factor playlist, yeah. It's going straight in, bro. I wonder if there would be like a legal way of not distributing a song to an end user, but somehow getting them to download the song of their own accord and then play it in the game. You could in general just let any audio be played. And then you wouldn't get in trouble. But you could never really specify a track specifically. You know? You could never be like, oh yeah, this Justin Bieber song is gonna hit, bro. What you could do is you could add some kind of community modding thing. And it's the community doing it, not me, you know, so they're gonna do what they're gonna do. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, boys. Please make a Justin Bieber playlist for Terror Factor so that we can add it as an add-on. That would work, dude. Okay. Okay, Mr. Shiny Carrot.
Bro, this is completely unintentional, but you know what I just realized? This stage is beginning with feeding something new into the hole. Stage 0 is also feed something into the hole. That was accidental. But it just makes sense. Feed shiny carrot into the hole. So now we put him in the hole. And we get our plains essence that was sucked up by the vacuum chest. Bad vacuum chest. And now we have bread. Except we need 3 more. Need more carrots. Get cranking. Ow. Fuck. Alright. Now we have 8. Bang. Oh yeah. Now we're cooking, dude. Let's go. Moves to the next stage automatically. Maybe. Do like a little jingle. Ba-dum dum. Big text on screen. Stage 1. We had to make it so that we claim this, which is kind of cringe, so let's fix that real quick. Alright. Replace coin poster. Yes. Yes. Okay. I don't know if everyone knows how to click the arrow. I'll make it more important. more clear at some point. They can also just click the tab because it gets unlocked, so that is also another thing. You can't really see it because it's hidden by the 5 days remaining till I run out of money. This says stage 2. Well, stage 1. Okay. How we doing? Hey Siri, set a timer for 30 minutes. I will go to the gym in half an hour. Eastlane content, copper. Yeah. I think that was, okay, yeah. It was a tech tree. We're gonna make it so that we're allowed to not have a reward. Dude, I feel really good right now after lunch. That's kind of insane. Usually I'd be kind of crashing about now. Unlocked but not done. Complete tech. Yeah, case. Done but unclaimed. Quest complete. And then we say if static data rewards, the length of rewards is equal to 0. Progress state, next progress state, done and claimed. So there we go, it just instantly claims it. Just cool. We just need to get rid of the received. There we are. Oh my god, this feels so good. Oh, so good. Enter the wasteland. Ow. Okay. Now after we enter the wasteland, we will start going absolutely ham on this next phase of progression. All right, so now we got to steer like a clear starting point for stage 1. I am probably just going to branch off. And just have a bunch of different tech that you could complete at any given stage. So it starts like opening up a little bit more in terms of like, you know, we're not being super hand-holdy through the onboarding. And then starts to get a little bit more complicated. Not too complicated though. Don't want to overwhelm the player, but we'll find that sweet spot. So, let me move everything over to that. I think. What do we want here? Auto crafting, this is old news now. Filtering would be cool, advanced belts would be cool. Definitely mid-game, like energy storage. All that kind of stuff, you know? Because, yeah, I could see this being like another choke point for like people churning. Especially because Stumpy kind of like runs out and fucking tries to fuck you up, bro. So what do we want to do here? Copper ingot, copper wire. We could make that craftable in here now, in the gear bench. Which would be cool. Cactus doesn't really do anything. I mean, it could be a fuel source. Also, I'm not sure how I feel about like it checking it off. And then you're kind of like forced to run back to the hole after you just unlock this. Like, that doesn't feel great to me. It feels maybe a bit overwhelming. Could just have this not give a reward. That could work. Hole could mortar strike you with reward, yeah. I think at this stage, we probably want to stop auto-selecting what to do next. And it'll become a little bit more open. So I'm going to say, after we move past this, update active quest. If equal to 0, and then we'll say is done onboarding. Because at this point, it's just going to branch off. So we don't want to auto-select something. But yeah, there's a few different things we could do here. Because there's like a few problems that the player has at this point. No like wiring, really. I guess we still haven't automated anything, which is evident in that there is nothing placed down that is automated. Because yeah, I mean, it would be kind of a pain in the ass to have these two. So I guess like the next biggest thing we want to really do is unlock the mid-game generator. So we'll unlock the crude generator. Automation should be part of the onboarding. Yeah. I think we'll just do like a tiny little bit more onboarding in this stage. Because stage 0 is feeling a little too fat. I don't know if I should add an extra one on the end here. So I think I might just do one more little step. So I feel like we haven't really unlocked true automation until you get the crude generator. So I kind of want to do something about that. The age of power. Is Umgoy still intuitive to use with Odin, or is it too sea-like? It's still intuitive with Odin, because Odin is sea-like. That makes sense. Or if you mean sea-like as in like, it has like a bunch of macros and shit. Yeah, I don't know. I've never used Amgui with pure C, so I don't know what it's like. But from my understanding, it's like relatively sane. Just a bunch of functions. It's normal. Feels good. Randy still do coding aerobics like back in 2021. I wouldn't call them aerobics, no. As in, I don't think I would do aerobics anymore. I did used to do aerobics. It's an interesting way of putting it. When I switch to Odin, my brain goes full struct of arrays. I can't reason like I do in C. Struct. A structure of arrays. Huh? Instead of an array of structure. I never do structure of arrays. No. I don't do any of that. As in, like, you have a bunch of different structures and a bunch of different arrays. I guess that's kind of what data-oriented means, is like you split up your structs into like these things and then have a bunch of different arrays. So that's like better cache accessing. I don't do that though. I'm a caveman. I just have one entity struct and it's fucking massive. And I just have an array of these and that's the entire game. Yeah, I use Odin as SIBA better, 100%. I don't use any of the like SOA features in Odin. I genuinely have not touched hashtag SOA, I think it is. Yeah, haven't touched it. I'm sure it's good for performance-oriented programming, but I am a gameplay-oriented guy. And I like writing gameplay in the easiest way possible. So that's what I tend to do. But I guess it's good to know that it's there. For like when you do need to do performance type stuff. All right. The age of power is upon us. How about we say, submit 1 copper, please. One copper, please. Coding aerobics equal infected mushroom playlist and pure focus. I haven't listened to trance music in quite some time. So no, I wouldn't say. There's still the pure focus though. It's more of a gentle focus, I would say. A gentle, slow burn, day in, day out type vibe. Okay, barrel tech. Yeah, so at this point we branch off and we kind of choose whatever we want, you know? It's like a choose your own adventure type situation. And the game really begins. So I'm going to say that this is the final onboarding quest. Stop auto giving quests at. Stop auto assigning quests after. That's going to be the one. Honk. Beautiful. Okay. Very cool stuff. So we're getting the generator at this point, which is a massive W, because we can just slap that down and then put a bunch of wires around and we can start really going hard on the automation. So what could we do here? I wonder. Organize it after the necessary nodes? Yeah. I'm just like throwing it in to make it look pretty as I go. Just because I like it. It just helps me think. Filtering, advanced belts. Yeah. Batteries. Yeah, that's one. I think it's gym o'clock. We just move all this stuff over, honestly. Huzzah. I don't know that we need this anymore. Because we've already got this guy. But maybe we need to upgrade to it at some point for more complicated recipes. We'll see. Yeah, at this stage, these are all kind of like massive milestones. Like, so we'll just kind of introduce them piece by piece, I reckon. Yeah, we shall see. Portable battery. Yeah. We need to reintroduce charging station in progression, because we essentially have that already. Actually, probably a lot closer to completing phase 1 than I think. Okay. Yeah, there's quite a few things here that are going to be interesting. But before we move on, I'm going to go lift some heavy things. Actually, I might call it there for the day, because I have some stuff to do this evening. So I might just end now. Let me think. Why did I leave off in the video? Alright, okay, I can do a little update. Okay. Okay. So let's go in the wasteland real quick. Chill, bro. So, after we go in the wasteland now, we are moving on to the Age of Power, I reckon. So it's all about, you know, we'll get set up with a crude generator and some wires, and then I think we'll branch off, and then there'll just be like a bunch of different things that you could do. And each of these will take like a ton of materials in order to actually unlock them. So, you know, hopefully we should start teaching some actual automation. We'll see how it goes. But yes. I am going to head off to the gym and maybe call it there for the day. Who knows? We'll see. We will see. Enjoy your weekend. Excited for next vid recapping what I already saw. Gangsta. Yeah, I have no idea if this video is going to continue into the weekend or Monday, or I don't know. We might just end it there, so I'm going to record an outro just in case. Alrighty. I'm going to leave it there for the week. Good progress all around. Yeah, I reckon the end of phase 1 is going to be kind of the first time that we have actual big goals to work towards. So we should be up and into the automation territory. I'm really keen to do these like end project parts here. So then we can move on to the next phase. Yeah, which is absolutely nothing right now. So we'll see. Should be good, man. I got a lot of ideas for what to do next. I'm gonna have to get cooking. But that's me done. Adios, amigos. Take care. I am going to gym. And then I do not know what I will do after that, but I will end stream here. Goodbye, gentlemen. Have a good weekend if I don't see you till Monday. Which is probably likely. Or I might just stream tomorrow, who knows? There are no rules. Probably not. Who knows?